Alright, hello everybody, what's happening? Welcome back to another video. I always think I'm live, and it's just I don't see it on the YouTube end, so I never think I'm live, but I am live. Hello everybody, what's happening? Welcome back to another video. Today we got a few topics. Tomorrow's the match preview, once again, versus Tottenham, but today I want to get into a bit of the news. There's a bit of news going around, so we'll get into that and pretty much just end it there. Before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, as always, please do subscribe. And yeah, live streams, there you go, 7:30 p.m. CST on the weekdays, and then 2 p.m. CST on the weekends. Just the exception of match days where I just go live right after. There are some times where I won't be able to just because of work or things like that. Life happens, life gets in the way sometimes. You guys all know. So there you have it. That's pretty much it for that. Of course, to all the newcomers, welcome to the channel. I'm always, happy to see the channel grow. It's always so nice to have that. But anyways, without any further ado, let's get into the first topic for today, which is about, let's see if I can pull that up. I think it's a bit slow today, so just bear with me here really quick. It's slower, a lot slower than I thought actually. So there you go, Zinedine Zidane, yeah. Not a good idea to wear a green shirt when you have a green screen. But anyways, Zinedine Zidane is, he has been under a little bit of pressure these days. Look, the thing now is that Zinedine Zidane has been, obviously, he has had a bad preseason so far. And, of course, things are looking worrying, especially when you're losing 7. I'm not going to try to be too facetious on this, but when you're losing 7-1 to Atletico Madrid, it just looks horrible. And, of course, it's normal to worry, and I'm starting to worry a little bit. When I saw that display, it was just, it was absolutely horrible. I didn't have the words for it. And so, of course, people will be worried. Look, I will back Zidane till the end. However, if I do see things that are questionable, it's gonna be difficult to back him. There are gonna be some times where if he does things that maybe are questionable, maybe he has the favorites, we all know he has a propensity of playing his favorites, and if he does tend to play his favorites more and more and over and over and over again, then maybe I won't bag Zidane anymore. But I will bag Zidane till the end. I am seeing a lot of fickle fans. Zidane out. Zidane is a tronco. Look, you guys need to be patient. Zidane, he's trying to implement a new project here at Real Madrid. We have to be patient with this. Zinedine Zidane, the first time around, it wasn't easy. Three Champions League. Yes, he had Ronaldo in the team. Yes, he had Gareth Bale. But it wasn't easy. He still had to do a lot to make that happen. So I think Zidane still has the acumen to make it happen. It's just this time it's a different project. It's kind of like when you go in your out of your comfort zone. You're not going to get it right away, and it's normal. Caesar's Dot says it's preseason. Real Madrid fans and fans in general live in a microwave. That's right. There you go, Caesar. Yeah, it's just preseason, you guys. We lost to Manchester United. It was a couple years ago by penalties. We lost to PSG 3 years ago, I believe. And what happened to them? They didn't win the Champions League. They didn't win any trophies. And we won the Champions League. We won a myriad of trophies. So I don't think there's too much to worry about, but I definitely too understand that there's some area of concern, and I think that's only normal. But anyways, I think for Zidane, as of right now, for me, I'm going to vindicate him with blame. He needs time. He needs time. That's really what it comes down to. Imagine yourself taking on a new project, going into something new where you don't really know what's going on. You don't really know what to do. You don't know how to, organize yourself. It's tough. It's about really going out of your comfort zone. That's really, really tough for any person in the world. They won't get it right away. So I think with Zinedine Zidane, we just have to be patient. We just have to be patient, you guys. The next thing I want to talk about, well, I do want to talk about the lineup a bit. I really don't understand what we're going to line up with next season. It's kind of tough, actually. I was trying to come up with some formations, and I really didn't know how to line up for next season. With the squad that we have, maybe, obviously I put Pogba in there. That doesn't mean Pogba's coming, but I did put Pogba in there. I was trying to line up I was trying to make the lineups, but essentially, I don't know how we would line up. I know Zidane likes the 4-3-3. I know he likes the 4-3-3. He likes his wing play. He likes the crosses. Are we going to see that next season? I think Zidane does need to stray off a little bit from that. I think we do need to see a Real Madrid that's a little bit different, because if not, obviously teams will know what we're going to do. They'll know what we're going to do, and as a result of that, we won't do very good next season. Zidane will have to take a different approach, and it's just about which approach we're willing to take. Let me know what you guys think, actually. Let me know what permutations you guys think. Do you guys think we should see a 4-4-2? Do you guys think we should see 4-4-3? Because at the moment, I'm not sure. You know, we saw the 4-4-2 being experimented versus Arsenal, I believe. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen for next season. I really don't know. Hopefully Zidane has a plan for next season. And Renato Dumbo, yes, you're the guy from China, actually. Thank you so much for being on, actually. Thank you so much. Yeah, I try to make it early for you. He says, thank you, not understanding why Rodrigo has been underrated by pundits and other Madrid fans. Yeah, Rodrigo, actually, you know, he's been fantastic. And I would have to say he looks, and it's not to bash on Vinicius once again, but he does look better than Vinicius, you know. Vinicius, you know, he is an exciting prospect. I just don't think he's ready yet. He needs I would say a couple more years, actually. And, you know, Vinicius, a lot of potential in there, but he does need a couple more years. The end product is so lacking, and that is going to take some time for him to get it. But I do trust Vinicius. I do trust him to come good. It's going to take more time than other people. The Premier Paper says, what positions do you think we need investing? Yes, I was looking at that, actually. Thank you for bringing that up. I was looking at that. I think Rodrigo is good. Vinicius is good. But the right wing still needs investing for me. The right wing still needs investing. The reason I say that is because we need a right winger who can produce week in, week out. Can these youngsters produce week in, week out? They'll have some moments where they aren't as good, and that's the problem. You know, if you have some weeks where you're not as good and you lose because of that, then we will lose 3 points. And essentially, every point in La Liga is just crucial. If we lose 1 point, it could mean La Liga. So I think we still have to bring in a proven right winger, right midfielder, something along those lines, and of course a center midfielder. For me, that would be Paul Pogba. Eriksen could be good, you know. Eriksen could potentially be a very good player for us, but I think Paul Pogba is really the quintessential midfielder to fill in that vacated space. Caesar says, let's see here. In my opinion, Zidane will roll with Courtois, Ramos, Varane, Marcelo, and Mendy. Yeah, Courtois, I think he's going to be number 1 too. I just put Navas in there just because, you know, Navas is the better keeper at the moment, but look, Courtois, like I said, I will back him this year. There's definitely a top player in there. Carvajal, yes, Carvajal for sure, definitely. For and Ramos, yeah. If we can slowly integrate Militao, then I think that could be fantastic. Just because Ramos, he is dwindling down, you know, and it's normal. Look, he's played so many years in Real Madrid. I think it's been 15 years so far. So great servant to the club, but you know we do need to look to the future. Casemiro, Modric, Cruz, yes, I think that's a good one. Hazard, Benzema, Vasquez, Vinicius Jr. Yeah, you know, Vasquez gets so much sick, you know, but at the end of the day, Vasquez he does a good job on that right wing, especially coming on as a sub. I think he gets so much sick, but really his work rate is it is fantastic. You know, we have to give it to him. He's not a fan favorite, but he's very good, I'd say. Vinicius Jr. is electric on face value, while Rodrigo is more of a pensive player. His value is not seen right away on highlights and the stats sheets. Yeah, he is. Actually, Vinicius Jr., he's got loads and loads of pace, and that's what I like about Vinicius Jr. Rodrigo seems to have that pace too, but they're both different players, and they both bring different qualities at the end of the day. You know, I think these two players will be amazing at Real Madrid. It's just, you know, they bring different things to the club, so some people will decide on one player, you know, that's the thing with the two Brazilians, you know, there's going to be different factions to them. So let's see here. I think the last thing that I want to talk about is going to be about, whoops, let's see if I can pull that up really quick. Bear with me here. Yeah, see, it's not a good idea to wear green on a green with a green screen. But there you go. The talks for Gareth Bale. Yeah, this is the talks to Gareth Bale about moving to China. We saw that Gareth Bale, you know, it seemed like everything was about to get done, you know. And, you know, I was included in that, you know, in that I thought he might go to China. But it was especially after the Zinedine Zidane where he said that, you know, we'll have to see about with Gareth Bale. But he didn't say negotiations are taking place. He said we'll see what happens. And it was the last post-press conference, I would say. Post-press match conference. I would say that's really where I thought, you know, Gareth Bale might actually stay. I don't think he's going to move to China. We saw a video this morning. I think he was on, you know, he was in China. He landed in China. Everything was almost done. But I think Real Madrid actually, you know, they halted that, I would say, that transfer. And quite surprisingly, Real Madrid to intervene at the last second and halt the transfer because I understand that a deal can't be agreed because they wanted a fee and stuff like that. But look, the player wants to leave. There's an option to leave. I don't know. Anyways, but Gareth Bale, look, I wouldn't have liked seeing him in China. I think this is good. This is a good thing in some way. Because Gareth Bale, for me, at the end of the day, going to China would have been a waste of his career, complete waste. And he's much better, I think, to stay in Europe, where he can definitely prolong his career, like I said, and become a top player. You know, because he was a top player for us. Yes, he's been injured so much, and we've had to deal with that, and it's been tough. You know, it's been a very, I would say, a tumultuous ride, but he is a good player. He is a good player. Sorry, there's still a player in there, and he's still got a few years left in him. I think he still has a few years left to offer. But would he stay at Real Madrid? We'll have to see, I guess. I mean, this is the thing, you know, Jonathan Barnett, and this is the thing with Jonathan Barnett, he really should have had this in his mind before saying anything. Jonathan Barnett, quick to dismiss any interest that was coming Gareth Bale's way, whether that was Manchester United, Tottenham, and I can't remember the other club, but he's quick to dismiss it. And that's the problem. You can't do that. You have to leave the door open. And he didn't leave the door open, and ultimately Gareth Bale, he really seems like he has no place to go, and I think that's just a bit, it's just a bit bewildering from, you know, Jonathan Barnett. He's got to do better than that. But anyways, what do you guys think of Gareth Bale, actually? Let me know. Would you guys like to see Gareth Bale stay? Would you guys like to see Gareth Bale leave? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, of course. Caesar says, in my opinion, I don't think Bale being there affects the team, but at this point, I really don't care. Yeah, whether he stays or good. Yeah, exactly. Me neither. That's exactly it. I think at this point, you know, the only thing with Gareth Bale, the only quibble I have to say about Gareth Bale is he does take up a lot of financial resources at the club. You know, he's on, I believe, 650,000 euros per week. That's a lot of money, especially for a squad player. But look, we saw it in preseason. He's a world class talent. And yes, he gets injured. Yes, you can't rely on him. Yes, you can't build a team around him. But what I would say in defense of that, or in defense of Gareth Bale, is that if he does stay, we can use him to our advantage. And Zinedine Zidane, you know, for me, has chastised Gareth Bale to the point where it doesn't seem like you know, that relationship can be repaired again. But I don't know the situation with Gareth Bale. It's going to be difficult. Caesar says, while I don't think he would be a top player, I would want to see him help a team contend. Yeah, exactly. And he could, you know, he could potentially contend here at Real Madrid. You know, that's the thing. It's just that the I would say the fracturation of the relationship with Zinedine Zidane and Gareth Bale. It's just to the point of no return. You know, Real Madrid want to get rid of him. That's obvious. Zidane wants to get rid of him. Gareth Bale doesn't seem to want to find a new club, though. It seems like I don't know, he seems indifferent to the whole thing, and he seems adamant to stay at Real Madrid. That's the thing that's weird, actually, because you know, we saw that he was laughing on the bench 7-3 to Atletico Madrid, but he does seem indifferent, yet, you know, when you look at everything, he seems like he wants to stay here. So I don't understand the thing with Gareth Bale. Why would he want to stay here? Is it just a financial package? I really don't know. Hopefully we do see, you know, Gareth Bale, whether it's here, whether it's at another club, you know, be the player that he is, because he is world class, and we see it at preseason. We've seen it in preseason. He comes on the pitch, and right away you see a difference in our game. It's just tremendous quality. The only thing with Gareth Bale, like I said, he has to accept that he is going to be a squad player under Zinedine Zidane. He has to accept that even if he's available at times, he won't play sometimes, because that's just how it is. You can't rely on that player, therefore you can't build a team around that player. Therefore, the boss decides when he should come on, when he should come off. And then James Gulen said, it's a really weird situation, to be honest. I'd like to see him involved in player plus money deal for Neymar. And if that isn't possible, keep him. Rodrigo, Vinicius are great, but not the finished product like Bale. Yeah, exactly. Rodrigo and Vinicius still not there yet. And then Bale is just absolute world class. He is definitely, you know, I would say it's very rare to find one of these players like this. The only thing, he gets injured so much. Like I said, you can't rely on him. But his class is there. Neymar, look, short term, this is what I've said about Neymar. Short term, I think he would be good for us, you know. And what I mean by that is, short term he'll look good for us, but in the long term, no, he would create so many problems in the dressing room at Real Madrid that I would avoid him. You know, I would avoid him. Neymar, for me, no, I would not want to see him at the club. Caesar says, let's see, Zidane has treated him unfairly. If he wants to get the best out of the squad, they should still include him and using him off the bench. The only problem is he will be willing to accept it. Yeah, actually, exactly. That's the thing, As a squad player, I think Gareth Bale, he would be fantastic for us, and he will have to accept some of those things. Renato Dombo says, I honestly think at the moment we should invest on quality midfielders who actually have something to prove different from our current complacent midfielders. Actually, that's a very, very good point. At this point, look, yeah, we do have some players in the team who have been over-satiated in terms of the trophies they've won, and that's why we can't seem to get the best out of them. We can't seem to motivate them again because they've won so many trophies that their career has kind of come to an end in some way. They've done everything they've wanted to do. It's kind of like, like in life, you do everything you want to do. At the end, when you're older, you've done everything you want to do. So, well, I guess you could do it again, but the motivation isn't as much there as the first time around. And Renato Dombo says, at least another center back with leadership qualities. Yeah, Sergio Ramos is leaving, and for me, the center back position, it remains a bit dubious. You have Militao in there who could potentially do the job, but it's a risk. That one's risky, but I guess we'll have to put our risk in him. I guess that's what's going to be. Our right-hand side, we still have viable options in Rodrigo and Vinicius alternating if necessary. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they could be viable options. I still think it needs a little bit of consolidation, but look, if we can alternate, maybe that's a good thing, but I would like to see a winger who can, produce week in, week out, and sometimes those players, they won't produce week in, week out. But midfield, I can't even imagine what would happen if Casemiro or Varane. Oh my gosh, the CDM position, like I've said, it just remains so, we're so thin in that position, and I feel like I don't understand why we sold Llorente. I think Zidane should have kept Llorente, and especially to Atletico Madrid. Why sell him to Atletico Madrid? I think that was such a mistake. Caesar says, I don't Zidane and the Real Madrid management should build this team around just someone, whether it be Hazard, Benzema, Jovic. If Zidane does that, then Real Madrid will just end up like Chelsea and Barca. Yeah, that's true, huh? Yeah, it's not about building a team around someone, but it's rather getting all the players to kind of perform week in, week out, I guess. That should build a team. Let's see. Caesar, agree with you completely, Renato, at least another defender and two midfielders. Yeah. Midfielders, yeah. Two midfielders, that's not going to happen this season. I mean, that's not going to happen this transfer window. I think just one midfielder will be all we can do, really. And I think that's going to be Paul Pogba. And the center back position, I don't think we'll do that one either. The right winger position, I don't know what's going to happen, actually. Hopefully we do get something else, but at the moment, from what I'm seeing, it seems like we're only going to get the midfield option done. So I think we'll have to see. It's going to be a weird season. I really don't know where to start with for this season because I don't know if we're going to win stuff. I was saying we were going to win La Liga, but at this point, when I'm looking at the preseason and some of the players that we have, they're not performing to their top level, and that's the problem. And all those players at their top level, yes, they can do an absolutely fantastic job, but when they're not performing at their top level, then you will have these kinds of very, I would say, despondent situations where they can't, we're not going to compete for anything next season, I would say, if we continue on this path. But we'll have to see. So I'm going to end it there, guys. I think that's all I have to say, really, just the news. And so tomorrow's going to be the match preview. It's going to be a little bit later. I think it's going to be around 7:30 p.m. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. on the weekdays, and then 2 p.m. on the weekends. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys, of course, so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7:30 at the match preview. Thank you.